Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm going to do my July book haul part 2. So, as I said, I knew I bought a lot of books this month, and I knew that a lot of books were coming in. So, wow. So, needless to say, I'm not ever going to go on a book ban. It just won't happen, because I always have pre-orders coming in. But I am definitely, August is going to be a little smaller, I'm hoping. So we'll see if I can make that work. Since we're at the end of July, I've bought a lot of books. I still have 2 that are outstanding in the post, so hopefully they'll show up here sooner or later. But I'll have those in my August, just because I want to get this filmed, and this week is going to be busy enough as it is. So again, I'm pre-filming this a little bit. So let's just go through. I'm going to talk about the books and where I got them. So I went to a used bookstore with my parents a couple weeks ago, and I picked up The Odd Women by George Giesling. I think this is Giesling. Anyway, I don't know a whole lot about this, except that it has to do with 2 old women who are growing. It's a Victorian, and I can't remember. I don't actually remember what happens. So I know that it's just the way that they act differently because they're older spinsters and stuff. And I think one makes a decision that changes a lot of things. I don't know. I've heard just good things about it. And I found this really great copy at the used bookstore. So I picked up that. And then I picked up 3 books from Marketplace, from Amazon Marketplace. And these, so I picked up On the Island by Tracy Garvis Graves, is that how you say it? Anyway, I keep hearing about this from a lot of other booktubers, and I just thought I'll just give it a shot. And I didn't pay a whole lot for this copy. Again, I got it used, so I'm not sure if I'm going to like it, because of the premise of a young woman, or a woman, and is supposed to be a tutor for I think a teenager who's had either had cancer or something. He was ill, and so she but they're flying out to meet up with his parents, and they don't know each other, and they're meeting up with his parents, I think in the Maldives or something, and their plane goes down. So then they're stranded on an island, I guess, for a really long time, and it kind of shows what happens and their relationship, how it expands as they grow older. So I'm interested because I want to see how it goes, but I'm not sure. Well, it's just one I've heard about a lot about. People keep praising it. Everybody I've seen who's read it. I picked up another Susanna Kearsley, The Shadowy Horses. And the reason I picked up this one that I wanted to get to, because it talks about a small little thread that happened in The Firebird, which is the one I finished earlier this month. So I wanted to get this because I know it's kind of related to that one, even though it's kind of not, but is. At least it seems like it to me. So I really want to get to this one pretty soon. And again, I love her historical fiction. It's usually a dual timeline of the past and the present, and they're connected, and how I just love those. Clearly, I love those ones. And then I picked this one up. I saw this on Peter Likes Books, and I was kind of intrigued. And it's called 300 Days of Sun. And I actually don't remember now why I picked this up. I think it's because it has some historical, like something happened back in Portugal. I think something happened, like somebody went missing or something, and somehow in the present day somebody is trying to figure out what happened. I don't remember, but he made it sound really good that he was going to read it. I don't know. I haven't seen if he has. I should probably go back and look. But I got it used because I got so excited about it. It sounded really good. So, I don't know. I kind of took a leap of faith on that one. Then I have 3 books that I got from Book Depository. I have another Wilkie Collins, Jezebel's Daughter. I don't know anything about this, except I think the mother is supposed to be, Jezebel in the story. That she does something. So how far is a mother prepared to go to secure her daughter's fortune? Hey, cat! Oh, my cat. Cooper is just my bane of my existence sometimes. Anyway, cat, I was almost done. Okay, sorry about that. I went and had to go get the cat. He found a flash drive. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to another Wilkie Collins. This one's actually like one of the shortest ones I have from him, and I I still have like five of them, I think, on my wish list. But anyway, anything by Wilkie Collins, pretty much, I'm gonna read pretty soon. Another one I got from Book Depository is Wide Sargasso Sea by Jean Rhys. Rise. You guys, I cannot say that last name. Sorry. So this is kind of one inspired by Jane Eyre, and I knew about this about, I hate to say it, like 20 years ago. I bought it for a friend of mine because she loved Jane Eyre, and I'd heard about this book that was sort of connected, and I never, because we stopped talking like right after I bought that book, which has nothing to do with this, but the point is I've never picked up the book myself because I was hoping to get it from her after she read it. I was going to get to read it, but didn't happen. Anyway, so I finally picked up a copy, and it's pretty fairly short, but it's one I've always heard about, and I just want to see what she, how she handles this story that's kind of connected, but you know, it's her take. So anyway, it sounds interesting. And I got Cheerful Weather for the Wedding by Julia Scarcy. I don't know how you say that last name. But this is really dinky little, probably a novella. Anyway, it has to do with a woman, again, it's one of the Persephones, has to do with a woman who, I think it's her wedding, or going to be her wedding day or something, and not everything goes the way it's supposed to. I don't know, it sounded interesting. I don't even know who I saw actually read this, so I don't know, but I wrote it down, and then I got as I said, it went on sale or something, because obviously I got it, so I don't know. Anyway, looking forward to that one. And then my books from Amazon is, I picked up a copy of Picnic at Hanging Rock by Joan Lindsay. This was one of my favorite reads from last month. It was last month, wasn't it? I read this in June, didn't I? I don't know. Anyway, when I read this, I love this book. I'm actually, like, I'm ready to reread it at some point because I still want to catch all the things that happened in here. And it was just a different book. And again, it's an Australian modern classic. I think it was written in 1967, but it has to do with some girls from a college in 1900 who go on this picnic, and 3 of the students and 1 of the teachers goes missing. And it's the aftermath of that day, and it was so interesting. Like, it was a page turner. Like, I wanted to see what happened, and it's so many mysteries. I really enjoyed this book. And then, but I had to have my own copy because I read it from the library, and so that worked out. Yeah, I waited. Anyway, and then I got the Record of a Spaceborne Few by Becky Chambers. I went ahead and bought it. I know I haven't read the second book yet, A Close Encounter in Orbit, but in her Wayfarer series, I really enjoyed A Long Way to a Small Angry Planet, and I really plan to read A Close Encounter in Orbit here in the next month or so, because it's been on my TBR for 2 months. Hopefully I'll get to it. But I just went ahead and bought this. Now, my covers are, the ones that I have are the UK covers. So this one doesn't really match, but I'm not really a stickler for that. But now I'm kind of like, maybe that wasn't a good idea. But oh well, no big deal. I am looking forward to reading this too, hopefully sometime this year. But I want to read, of course, A Closing Comment Orbit first. I also picked up Less by Andrew Sean Greer. Just because, I mean, other than the fact that it won the Pulitzer Prize, it's one of the, it's starting to make, I started to hear what it was actually about, and it sounded interesting, about a guy pretty much doing everything he can to avoid going to a friend's wedding, like his wedding. So I sound interesting, and I've heard a lot of people talk about it when it did win, and right before that. So anyway, I picked it up. I got it on Prime Day. It was really cheap. I also got Confidence by Gail Carriger. This is the 3rd book in the Custard Protocol. So I'm a little behind on these, but I still buy her stuff straight out because I love Gail Carriger, and I pretty much buy everything she writes. So again, this is a Victorian steampunk urban fantasy series, and they're just fun rides. So I'm hoping to get to finish some of her books off to get to this one. I'm behind about 3 books now, so I need to catch up. But of course I bought it pre-order because I love her and I must have her books. And then I picked up a novel bookstore by Lawrence Cossier, I think. I think I saw this on, I don't even know whose channel I saw this on. But I know there's a lot of books about books in bookstores, but this was the one I picked up, I think I don't remember. I think it's something like, His sister's a mystery. I don't have a clue, actually, to tell you the truth. No idea. I don't remember. This will be interesting. It's huge, though. I was not expecting it to be such a big book. But anyway, we'll give it a shot. Anybody know anything about this? I don't remember why I picked this up. That was one of those days where I was just click happy. And the last book that I have here is Next Year in Havana by Channel Chilton, I think. Anyway, I saw this on, did I see this on Bree Hill? I saw this on somebody's channel, and I was like, oh, that sounds really good. Because again, dual timelines, historical fiction, my favorite, with the, you know, present and the past. I think this has to do with a girl, a woman, her grandmother was in Havana in 1958, and she was there, and she was, things that happened. And then the second story is I think it's the granddaughter. Yeah, her granddaughter. And then her dealing, I think she goes back with her ashes or something. And she goes back and then she sees what happens. So I did not pick this up because it was a Reese book. I picked it up because the story was a historical with 2 timelines, which are my favorite jam as for historical fiction. So I am looking forward to that. So that is all the books in July, except for the 2 that I know that are still coming. Let's pretend they don't exist right now until they show up. But beyond that, I know I've been a little excessive, and again, as I said, I had a big wake-up call. I've been tracking how much money I spend on things, and I've reached my limit. I have to reevaluate how much money I spend on books for a little while. But again, I'm never going to book ban myself. I'm never going to say I can't buy a book. I've gone to the gift card, holding myself back, like I can only spend what's on a gift card, you know, if I buy from Amazon, or I can only go spend so much money at Powell's or at a used bookstore or Book Depository. I haven't quite figured out because there's still so many books there that I want. Oh, we'll have to come up maybe with I just buy 1 book a month. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm gonna have to come up with that plan. So anyway, if you guys have read anything of these, anything that's really good that you think I should bump up on my TBR, let me know, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.